It's been 53 years since we saw the Knicks last win their NBA championship, but this year feels very different. I'm here to tell you guys, I think they have a great shot, and I do have them winning the NBA championship. And I know they've been a laughing stock for years. I know people have made fun of them, and rightfully so. They've been garbage at it. But ever since they brought in Jalen Brunson, things have changed for the Knicks. Even before that, they had Julius Randle. They started building a winning culture again. And you look at the roster now with Jalen Brunson leading the charge. Cat, he's had his up and downs, but even when he's had his struggles in games, I've seen him make hustle plays, rebound the basketball, play really good defense, and just make plays for the Knicks. Even if he's not scoring, he's still contributing. And that's a big thing, especially when you go into the playoffs. You're going to have adversity happen. You're going to have things that will take place. We have to figure things out. I saw them down double digits against the Cavs on Christmas. He came back and won that game. The Cavs looked fantastic, but the Knicks just kept fighting, staying in the game, and they found a way to win. In fact, Eric Spoelstra said this quote about the Knicks a couple weeks ago. He says here, what you have to respect about the Knicks is you have to put them away every single possession. You can't leave anything to chance with that team ever. That's what they do. What they have is a will to win. And that's what I've noticed about the Knicks. They have this will to go out there and say, you know what, no matter what's happening, if there's things going against us, we are going to find a way to fight and win this basketball game. I know the past two games have not been really good for the Knicks, but they've had some injuries. There are guys out like Josh Hart. Cat was sick last night. So things happen in the NBA where you lose games, but they're still second in the Eastern Conference. They're 2 games behind the Detroit Pistons. Your main focus is to get healthy and to be a top 3 seed in the Eastern Conference. That should be the goal. If they don't finish first in the East, it's all good. I still think they're the favorites coming out of the Eastern Conference this year. And you look around the NBA, like OKC has had their lulls we saw against the Spurs, where if you can just disrupt things on their offense where you make guys shoot threes. Now, OKC, they're a streaky 3-point shooting team. They can get hot, but also get really cold. So for the Knicks, you're going, well, they got to go through the gauntlet of the Western Conference. We expect the Nuggets to be there. We expect the Rockets, the Timberwolves, and obviously the Spurs to give them a run for their money. And it's going to be a tough test for the Western Conference. So the Knicks might go to the East and just sweep teams or win in 5 or 6 games, and they find themselves in the NBA Finals. It's just important for the Knicks to keep building the chemistry. I do love that Mike Brown is utilizing the bench. Look at a guy like Tyler Kolek this year, just another ball handler, another guy who can create shots, be a playmaker, and give Brunson some rest. Like he's only playing 35.5 minutes a night for Brunson, and Kolek's giving him 13 minutes, and they're solid minutes. I mean, he's hustling out there. He's making plays for the Knicks, and that's going to be important come playoff time. Look at Mitchell Robinson this year, how Mike Brown has utilized his minutes. He's coming in the fourth quarter to start and he has been rebounding the basketball, creating opportunities, second chance points. I like the chemistry that their bench is building. You've got Clarkson, he can be hot. And then Deuce McBride, he was out for a couple of weeks. He's now back in the rotation. Now you look at it and go, okay, you got 8 or 9 guys who can play and contribute for the Knicks. You got depth. Now, in the playoffs, you're not going to play everybody. You're not going to play 10 guys. It's not realistic. You're going to cut your rotation down to likely 8 guys. And if you have Kolek, Mitchell Robinson, and Deuce McBride, reliable. Maybe you want to throw Clarkson there at times for minutes where he can give you a quick 10 points that you need to get back in the game. You've got some depth there. I did want the Knicks to get another wing defender just to alleviate some of that burden on Anunoby and Bridges. Maybe they still make a move. Yabusele's been underwhelming, but maybe he'll pick it up the rest of the season. I just like to see him get maybe one more wing. If it doesn't happen, that's okay. I think the Knicks are primed to go for a deep run, and they have the will to just go out there and figure things out. That's what I love about this team. They go through things, they face adversity, but then they just turn it around. Right now, when you look at the starting lineups in the NBA, I was looking this up, the best 5-man lineups, 150-plus possessions. Number 1 is the Thunder at 31.4 net rating. Number 2 is the Knicks at 21.2 net rating. So I like what the Knicks have here. And then you can throw Anunoby, Bridges on the guards of the Thunder because OKC, their backcourt isn't really tall. Like they don't have a lot of size. So you've got guys like Bridges and Anunoby who can bother them. And if Josh Hart, shout out to him, is shooting 38.9% from 3 this year. That's a huge deal because if he can stay in the 36-40% range from 3 in the playoffs, it's just going to be very tough to beat this basketball team. Obviously, you want to be healthy going into the playoffs, and you got to feel good about that if you're a Knicks fan because Mike Brown is utilizing the bench. They get contributions up and down that roster. And as long as they just keep building momentum, play solid basketball, you're going to have your losing streaks. That does happen in the NBA. But I like where they are, 23-11, and they could get better on the road. They're 7-8 on the road, but you want to improve there. 15-3 at home. I like that they protect home court. And 23-11 at this stage of the regular season where you want to be as a Knicks fan. And I like their chances to win the championship. I just like the team. I like what they're building and the mentality they have. That's what stands out to me is they have this mentality where it's like, we're going to do whatever it takes. And Jalen Brunson knocking down huge threes, clutch shooter. My thing is this, as long as Mike Brown keeps, opening up the offense, he's great at that. And there isn't I haven't watched all the late games for the Knicks, like in the fourth quarter. As long as they're moving that ball, like Kolek does a great job of playing with pace and moving that ball around. And as long as it's not a situation where Brunson's in too many isolation spots, and I'm not against it, but it's good to switch it up and throw the defense off their game and have different guys just cutting or, creating open shots for them, then they're going to be a problem. This Knicks team is fantastic. And as long as they continue to just trend in the right direction, stay top 3 in the Eastern Conference, I don't see anybody beating them in the East. I just don't see it this year. I would like to see the Cavs be more competitive. They've been looking better, but I don't know if they can reach their same potential as they did last year. We'll see. It's a long season. But right now, if I had to say, like, is anyone out East that can compete with them? You could say Detroit can, because they gave him a run for their money, but they're still a year away. Celtics, I don't think they need to bring back Tatum right now. I think they need to rest him, get him ready for next season, and come back and compete. So the Knicks have a great opportunity. You got to take advantage of the moment, keep playing good ball. I think they will win the championship this year because of all the things I just mentioned about, their will to win. They've got a great starting 5, and they've also got chemistry. They've been a lot of battles in the playoffs. I know they've had some health things going on where guys haven't been healthy. They were in the Eastern Conference Finals last year, but the Pacers were just on a different level. Like that team, they were always playing at 100% constantly. Like you couldn't take a break against the Pacers. They were just phenomenal to watch because Rick Carlisle is a fantastic coach. And, Tom Thibodeau didn't play all the bench. And now you have Mike Brown in there just really getting this team more depth. And I think, when the Knicks make their run, they're going to be ready to go. They're going to learn from the experience. That's a big deal. They got more playoff experience. I think this is the year, man. Like it just feels that way. And I know they've had some ups and downs this year, but some of that has been health and just you have bad nights in basketball. You have nights like yesterday against the Hawks. They didn't play too well, but obviously Cat wasn't playing. And sometimes when a team's like hovering close to 500 and they should be better than expected, they have to prove something. The Hawks, 17-19, they want to be better than that. They know they are. And so you're going to have them motivated to play Knicks. So the Knicks just got to be ready for teams targeting them and playing with more effort against the Knicks. Just be prepared for that because it does happen when you have a target on your back. You're seen as one of the favorites. Teams are going to gear up for you. So as long as they can adjust to that, I think New York could be just fine and just get as healthy as possible, keep building the chemistry, and they're going to be in a great spot come playoff time. Hope you guys enjoyed this video today. If you agree with my thoughts about the Knicks winning the championship this year, want to hear your response to that. If you disagree, cool. Make sure you guys like and subscribe to the channel, and I'll catch you all in the next one.